On a late September evening, Mumbai's Yash Raj Studios hosted an assembly that exceeded typical industry standards. 200 photographers established their positions early, while local police units coordinated with private firms to manage the perimeter. The lead actor, Anant Sharma, was tasked with embodying a sportsman whose career defines the modern identity of Indian cricket. MS Dhoni sat in the front row, ready to witness a dramatization of his own life. The guest list consolidated 50 years of sports history. Sachin Tendulkar and Kapil Dev joined the current national team, while the leading figures of Bollywood filled the remaining seats. Professionals from two different disciplines, sports and cinema, gathered to judge how a shared national legacy survived the translation to the screen. Anant's arrival drew a reaction usually reserved for the athletes themselves. Dressed in a custom tuxedo, he maintained the disciplined bearing he'd cultivated for his previous military role, combined with a quiet, observant presence. Before entering the theater, Anant met Farhan Akhtar. Farhan's work in Bag Milka Bag had long been considered the standard for Indian biographical performances. Farhan publicly stated that Anant's work established a new category for biographical performance, moving beyond the benchmarks set by previous films in the genre. This endorsement signaled that the film's reputation preceded its official release. The footage inside the theater would provide the final evidence. As the lights dimmed, the technical choices established an immediate sense of realism. Spatial audio placed the sounds of raunchy streets specifically around the room, while a distinct color palette gave the image a grounded, documentary-like quality. Early scenes focused on the daily life of a railway ticket collector. Senior cricketers like Kapil Dev observed Anant had avoided surface-level mimicry, opting instead to project the internal focus of a small-town athlete. Anant portrayed early career struggles through subtle physical choices. He relied on micro-expressions, a tensed jaw or a silent, focused gaze, to communicate resilience without needing explanatory dialogue. Within the first hour, the performance had established enough credibility that the audience ceased comparing the actor to the real-life subject. The narrative eventually shifted focus to a private chapter of Dhoni's history, the sudden loss of his first love, Priyanka. The director rejected standard melodramatic reactions for this sequence. Anant received the news in a scene defined by silence and a realistic, quiet physical collapse. This restrained approach connected with the athletes in the room. Current captain Virat Kohli was visibly moved, seeing the private grief of a man known for his stoicism finally acknowledged. By portraying this hidden history with such restraint, the film validated the personal nature of Dhoni's character for the people who knew him best. The climax recreated the 2011 World Cup final at Wankhede Stadium in near real time, pulling the audience back into the tension of the original match. Anant's months of technical training allowed the production to film the match without stunt doubles or digital replacement. He replicated the specific footwork and timing of a professional athlete. After hitting the winning shot, Anant's expression moved through a specific sequence: disbelief, followed by a slow realization of the win, and ending with visible exhaustion. Capturing that specific emotional release turned the recreation into a fulfillment of a shared national memory. As the credits rolled, the standing ovation was led by the national cricket team. Several players rushed the aisles to hoist Anant onto their shoulders, treating him like a teammate who had contributed to a real victory. Industry veterans like Amitabh Bachchan expressed their respect as well, noting that the performance was among the most technically precise they had seen in decades. The financial response matched the critical reception. The film collected 75.32 crores on its opening day, setting a path that would lead toward a 700 crore global total. Following the premiere, Anant returned to his family's restaurant in Chandni Chowk. He sat with his father, whose background in theater and character development had provided the foundational tools for the role. Their conversation focused on the reality that while fame is a byproduct of a success like this, the work itself depends on an actor's ability to remain invisible within the story. Anant's commitment was not to the spotlight, but to the honesty of the portrayal.